Russell Westbrook's Los Angeles Lakers exit interview was a masterclass in how to be a hypocrite. It was 20 minutes of refusing to accept responsibility for his own mistakes, blaming others, and desperately lashing out at the media, all while claiming to be a good player and person. Seriously, guy, what are we doing here? Look, we all know why Westbrook took this approach. He lives in a fantasy world where the point guard is but a humble servant of the game, and yet everything revolves around him. It is a line of logic only a hypocrite could follow. Getting back to Russell Westbrook's exit interview specifically, it's clear when you watch it that the former MVP has a tenuous grasp on reality. For example, he tried to claim now former Lakers head coach Frank Vogel had some sort of personal issue with him. Maybe Vogel's issue was, say, your horrific defense, your terrible shooting, your ability to constantly turn the ball over. After all, the job of a basketball coach is to win games, and Westbrook wasn't exactly helping with that. What is truly ironic about him calling out Vogel for not liking him or whatever his excuse was is that earlier in the exit interview, Westbrook talks about how important faith and being a good person are to him. Clearly, those things aren't really all that important to you, or else you wouldn't be throwing people under the bus for your own failure. Several times during Russell Westbrook's exit interview, he mentioned the things or the intangibles he brings to an organization. But he has played for 4 different teams in 4 seasons now. The Houston Rockets and Washington Wizards were thrilled to trade him. The Lakers would give just about anything to rid themselves of the guard. What exactly are you bringing to the table apart from tons of turnovers and bad shooting? However, the worst part of the press conference was when Westbrook called out the media. He said there were several made-up stories about him published during the season. And then, when pressed to provide an example, he refused to do so, saying it would be pointless. That makes no freaking sense, especially considering he went on to complain about these allegedly made-up articles for like another minute. Moments after being asked to name a fabricated story, Westbrook literally said this: "I'm a straight up guy. You can ask me anything." Well, apparently not, because you won't, or more like can't, remember a fake narrative published about you this season and want to rail against. Russell Westbrook, what are we doing here? Instead of pretending to hold yourself accountable while pointing a finger at everyone else, how about you practice what you preach? Or, at the very least, why don't you get in the gym and improve your shooting this summer? Because your being a hypocrite game is outshining your on-the-court game at the moment. Until next time, I'm Cheyenne Hollis, this is the Touchback, and be sure you hashtag take it out to the 25 brick.